to the third place prize pool.
That's why I go back to the pressure. That no doubt, especially Pompeo has to be feeling. But here we go into game number 1. The furnace already put down by Pompeo. He is on the top part of your screen, and NicoLas, in fact, well, he's got a furnace of his own. In fact, he placed his before. He'll be on the bottom. So furnace, I don't know if we've seen furnace yet today, yet both players running the furnace.
No, that is something new that we haven't seen today. And actually, Pompeo's furnace goes down here with the fireball being thrown in.
Yeah, getting that fireball value. Of course, whenever you can not only kill another unit with it, even affect another tower, then that's when you really are getting value. But okay, we're going to see the Royal Giants coming out, and there's going to be at least 1, if not 2 attacks from the Royal Giant of NicoLas. But Pompeo's, will it be stopped? The guards aren't going to block it on the right-hand side, and he's got a Mega Minion to go with it. So this could be some decent damage on the bottom.
Electric Wizard, however, is really good here because he's going to try and cancel the attack hits here. But then again, the Royal Giant is getting a few hits onto the tower and also almost gets like 3, almost 4 hits in.
Nearly all cards have been revealed pretty early on in game number 1. Only 1 more left for the side of NicoLas there on your bottom. Of course, a couple more for Pompeo, but both showing that they are running the Royal Giant again. It's interesting, these decks, and this is what makes this game so great in a lot of ways, right? The diversity of decks that you can create at the top tier level. We're seeing multiple cards that we haven't seen through probably 10+ games already today of the top tier players.
Indeed. Now there's a Baby Dragon being put on the right side as well. Furnace units fighting against each other. Looks like he might actually. I'm not sure if he's going to get this Royal Giant.
Well, there's the guard defense there, and I noticed last time he placed the cards on the left-hand side, NicoLas was caught off guard, I think, by the Royal Giant, but now he's able to make the adjustments, and now he's going to play his own Royal Giant, in fact. But there's plenty of spam coming out from Pompeo. Essentially, have a bridge war on our hands. The Royal Giant of Pompeo make it in. Nope, nice furnace. That will focus fires. The Lumberjack goes down, and more aggressive play from Pompeo. He could get some decent tower damage in now.
Might as well get. I mean, he's already hitting onto the tower, down to 1,000 health. The Mega Minion won't actually get the other Mini Minion, or Mega Minion even. Like, Cat doesn't really get a chance to get any hits in. But 30 seconds remaining. Double Elixirs have been running for a while, and they have just been spending Elixir the whole time.
Yeah, also interesting, Pompeo not afraid to use that furnace aggressively. You know, he knows he's going up against that Royal Giant. He's being the aggressor there. He's the one that's putting his foot on the throttle here against NicoLas and saying, you have to play defense. I'm not afraid of what you're bringing at me. In fact, the furnace goes defensively for NicoLas right there. But again, quite the spam. This is going to be a good counterattack potentially for NicoLas, though.
This is, even though the furnace is still up there and drawing the attention of 2 of the units, and actually fending off the attack for now, but 600 health on that right side tower. It's got to be in peril.
That Lumberjack, remember, when it dies, it does drop that haste buff, but not really much there to take advantage of for Pompeo. So essentially a wasted Lumberjack of sorts. You do see the Royal Giant putting down, though.
Right in the front line as well.
Yeah, right in the front lines. Again, he really wants, he's only 600 life on that tower. He wants to take it out as soon as possible. Nice lightning coming out, but that Royal Giant may get an auto attack or 2 off.
If he gets a second, he doesn't. Pretty close.
Very close call down at 356. You could tell, though, NicoLas constantly on his back foot. This is going to be hard to recover from. There's still 220 to go in sudden death. He just calls it. Lumberjack goes down. I mean, he says GG. Yeah, I think he knows he doesn't have any way to defend. This is going to be it. Pompeo.
Yeah.
Game 1.
That's it.
That Royal Giant. I think the Lumberjack was the biggest deal, though. In the set, because obviously both players were running the Royal Giant. For whatever reason, though, NicoLas couldn't get his to be the aggressor compared to Pompeo, and that Lumberjack perhaps part of that.
Yeah, I mean, the haste buff, he didn't really get one big haste buff out because there was no units around. But overall, the chance that if you get it out and people just you can just swarm around that tower and get those hits in when the other is still trying to look for an opening to hit the opposite side tower.
He did have the furnace for the defensive idea, but again, even with the furnace, it seemed like maybe 3 hits, and then it was just destroyed, and then the Royal Giant able to go for the actual main tower, of course, after that. Could just not simply stop the pressure that was being applied there. So that's got to feel good for what was our favorite going into this event, arguably. He's now 0-2 again. At least he takes the first game over his opponent, NicoLas, here in this best of 3.
Well, let's see if we're going to see any deck changes here in Game 2.
Well, the Mega Minion, that's been one of the more popular units. I think it's fair to say that's been ran today throughout most decks. In fact, the mirror match, there's an ice golem, though, so slight change already. And the Lumberjack from NicoLas. So we saw the Lumberjack from Pompeo last game. NicoLas has one of his own.
Also the minor unit. We saw that earlier on today being used both aggressively straight to the tower, but also intercepting any attackers that are coming in.
That is very interesting to see that very defensive use of the Miner, as now the Inferno Dragon placed from Pompeo. Musketeer, the initial response from NicoLas. There's a Fireball, though. Good value. The Fireball hits the Musketeer, so it drops her quickly, and this Infernal Dragon may get some decent damage. Yeah, once that channels up, of course. Oh, we got a Sparky, by the way. We saw what that did earlier.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, like, can he actually utilize this Sparky? Does he have any units that might actually interrupt the attacks from Sparky?
He has Zap, so that is one that could essentially stop the channel, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, right now, I don't know if he has the best answers. And here we go with the push from NicoLas. We're going to find out shortly if he has ways to stop Sparky the best. Right in the face of the Ice Golem. And he's got that front liner, so this should set up pretty well for Sparky. Yeah, here he just uses Zap right there. He's going to use his Miner very defensively again. He's just tanking as much as he can on the side of Pompeo, but it's like one attack. Oh, he gets it off.
But that was still such good use of the defensive Miner there, because Sparky was just about to get into attack range, and Miner just soaked up one of the extra attacks onto himself instead of being like allowing Sparky to get a hit on the tower, because that tower would have gone down if he got both hits in.
We also see that Goblin Giant that was played there by NicoLas to protect Sparky. We have not seen a Goblin Giant, I don't believe, yet, but a very beefy target that gets in front of Sparky. We'll probably see that again coming out shortly, but this is an aggressive play from Pompeo. He puts on a balloon for a sighting of it. This is his last card to be revealed, but the defense is there for NicoLas so far, and he will withstand all the Miners in there. The bomb is, I think, in range.
Yeah, that's a 300 damage hit right there.
His own Lumberjack comes out, though, and we'll stop, but all of a sudden, we're pretty even when it comes to life.
Now we're just waiting on which other player is going to make a decisive move here. Are we still going to see this right side aggression? We haven't seen left side being played at all. It's just fully focused on like 20 seconds remaining, maybe get a killing blow in the seconds to come. Another bomb.
Yeah, you see the same attack from Pompeo. Again, the Fireball's there to withstand it somewhat, but he still gets some nice chip damage in. I'm waiting for that Sparky, though. In fact, here it comes. Sparky's down. The Goblin Giant not used yet from NicoLas. I gotta assume it's in his hand. And we are going to be entering the sudden death now, but already Pompeo setting up quite the defense. Infernal Dragon down, and he has that Tombstone spawning skeletons over and over to take the Miner, getting some more damage, and down to 200 life on that tower for NicoLas.
He's so close to closing this in, and it just looks like Pompeo is just happy to take that down. And there we go.
You could tell the relief. He's like, yes, thank you. Finally a victory for him. That's got to feel so good, and a pretty decisive one at that, as he takes a 2-0 over somebody that was undefeated at a 3-0 record.
That is.
Just until that match. That's impressive.
And I think that smile is earned.
Yeah, very well earned, because as you see again now, 2-2. Technically, as we mentioned, a default win. All players will receive 2 default wins as a result of the couple.